So we're in this really good place musically, and as a band, everything's really, really working for us. We're going at like 100 miles an hour, and it's just absolutely working. So we start writing our first album, and then out of the blue, my best friend died, and then next week another one of my friends died, and then the week after that another one, and Tom, Nick and Dan experienced a very significant loss themselves when one of their friends died. So within the space of about a month and a half, 2 months, we had like 4 people that were really, really close to us die, and it just knocked us for 6. I'd gone from this place of such amazing positivity to just the lowest I could possibly go. So I didn't want to talk to my friends. I didn't want to talk to my family. I just wanted to be by myself. So I was drinking a lot, really destructive behaviour. I was really poorly, and it was for a sustained period of time as well. So I'm in this kind of horrible place. Was very, very depressed and was kind of on the verge of a nervous breakdown, really, or probably had one. You know, I was going through counselling and stuff, and nothing was helping. I would hope that no one has to experience that. It was horrible. And while I'm in this hole, you know, I start kind of laying on the sofa or laying on the bed, and I'm strumming on a guitar, not really writing anything, just kind of strumming on it, and I don't know, just giving myself something to do, to occupy my hands and to occupy my mind. So I was just going around chords and things like that. And then these songs started to come out of these kind of sessions. I became obsessed with these ideas and these songs, so I started recording them on my laptop. Night Sky became a really important album because it was at such an awful time, and it gave me the kind of drive to pull myself out of this horrible dark hole I was in through music and through writing. And so I ended up writing these songs and just pouring everything that I was feeling into these songs. You're listening to someone talking about the things that they're experiencing, the loss and the depression and the sadness. It's a dark, dark album. I don't think a lot of people get that. But it's written in metaphor, where I talk about water a lot and the ocean and waves. And at the time, I was thinking that the ocean and water and waves were my kind of symbol or metaphor for death and grief. And the way it washes over you, and the way it's like this massive, uncontrollable power. And as soon as I was well enough, I started sending the songs to the band, and they were like receiving it really well. You know, I know when I've got a good one, because they'll come back and say, yeah, let's do this.
Generally, Rich doesn't send anything that shit. It just might not be appropriate.
We tend to just say it's best not to waste time.
Sometimes we do go on stuff that we decided not to use, and I think that's the thing. It's like, it's depending on how we're feeling at the time.
They were feeling better too, so we got back together, we started writing, and these songs were just so powerful, so intense, almost too emotional to play. I remember playing them sometimes and really having to stop myself from becoming overwhelmed by it.
So we went in, recorded a few tracks, waited a few months, wrote some more stuff, and then went in again and recorded a few more tracks. And
I remember when I first got home after we'd finished the album, and I had a copy of it, I put it on and I sat and listened to it with a beer, and I remember sitting and crying whilst I was listening to it, because it was like, not because I was so proud of the album, I was proud of the album, but it was just like this period of grief and period of pain is over.
It was definitely something that we had to do because of that reason. And yeah, I mean, it was so much fun doing it.
It does take you on a journey, and the little bits that we put in, the interludes and stuff, and just the flow of the songs, I think it has a really nice ebb and flow to it. And
It's such a special feeling, and something that I'll always remember for the rest of my life, to record an album with my band and release it to the world.
So that's what Night Sky is. That's how it came together. Before we knew it, it just went up another level, and Spotify picked it up. Alison Hagendorf at Spotify, who's like the global head of rock, picked up on a couple of songs and started playlisting them on the official Spotify playlist. And it just went like turbo mode, like overload.
you could just see just a huge spike from just a few people listening to thousands of people in any one day. And it was absolutely mind-blowing. The main thing is that people are actually listening to our music and loving it and playlisting it themselves and adding it to their own libraries and stuff. And for us, that was just such a huge thing to happen.
It just blew our minds to get to 1 million streams, and then to go from that to 2 million streams and beyond. And it's rising all the time. It's just so special, and we're so thankful to our fans.
So we're getting fans from all over the world now, and they were getting in touch and just really resonating with it. And that was the important thing. People with Night Sky, they always contact us, and it means a lot to them, that album. It you know, and that's why it's so important as an album. I think it was just an amazing period in the band to be able to go out and play these songs and take it. You know, we were so proud of them to go around and showing them to people.
The sky's up and I'm kind of floating now, but maybe too far.
We're always trying to get to the places that people want us to go, like America and Brazil and Argentina and Italy and France and Germany and Australia, and just people from all over the world saying, come see us.
We would all want to do that and take our music, especially from a live capacity, into other countries.
I've always wanted to drop everything and just go and do it.
It's not that we don't want to, you know, we have to be able to make it financially viable, not necessarily to make any profit, but
It's an ambition and a dream, and if you get that chance to live your ambitions and dreams, then you have to do it.
Tired of trying to talk it out. You're falling apart. Apologetic endings never come to much. We're back at the start.